So here we have a triangular prism. The bases in this case are triangles, the top and the bottom of this shape. And so to find our volume, like the formula here says, we need the base area times the height. So to break it down, since the base area is a triangle, we're actually looking to find the equation for a triangle, which is base times height all over 2. And then obviously we're still going to find our height here. So the height is actually going to be, let me mark this in this color just so we can kind of distinguish. The height is going to be the distance between those two bases. So as we look for each of these parts, the base of the triangle, so it's sort of like the base of the base, is going to be this 6 yards right here. So that's the base of the triangle, since we're going to be working with, as it shows here, the height of 2.5 yards. So we have our base and our height of our triangle, and then the distance between this triangle right here and this triangle right here, I'll get rid of that since it's a little ugly, but you get the idea, is 3 yards. So the distance between the two, that's the height of our triangular prism. So with all those pieces of information, we can now figure out what our volume is going to be. So it looks like we're working with 6 yards times 2.5 yards. Let me put a little X there. And then we're dividing that by 2. And then we're going to multiply that base area times our height, which is going to be 3 yards. So there's a few things that we need to multiply out here. The 6 yards by the 2.5, so 6 times 2.5 ends up being 15. And then our 15, so let me simplify that. 15 yards squared, since we're combining these two right here, all over 2 still. Don't forget about that 2. And then we're multiplying by 3 yards. So since we need to divide by the 2 and multiply by the 3 yards, I'll do the dividing by 2 first. So that ends up being 7.5 yards squared. And then we're going to multiply by that 3 yards. So that gives us our final answer, 7.5 times 3, of 22.5. And again, since we have yards squared and a yard, our final answer is in cubic units, or yards cubed. So that gives us the volume of the triangular prism.